Sometimes you walk into your home and it doesn't feel like home. There's no noise, no peace, no warmth, just a strange heaviness sitting in the air. You have food, but it never seems to satisfy. You have family, but somehow everyone feels distant. Everyone's alive, yet the house feels lifeless. Ever wondered what's missing? Is it money, love, or energy? Or could it be that something unseen has quietly entered and dimmed the house's light? Ibn Arabi said, "A house reflects its owner's state. When the heart darkens, the walls lose their breath." So often, the problem isn't from the outside, it's what we ourselves carry inside that seeps into the walls and drains the home's blessing. Listen closely, because at the end of this video, I'll share one of Ibn Arabi's most powerful reminders, his secret to calling abundance back into the home. When you hear it, you'll understand why peace keeps slipping away. But first, let's begin with the first hidden state that silently erodes the soul of a home. You've felt it before. You step through the door and something feels off. There's no argument, no noise, yet the air is thick. It's as if the space itself is tired. The first hidden cause of this is the weight that people carry in their hearts. That emotional heaviness spills into the house and fills every corner. Ibn Arabi called this the transferred state, the idea that our inner world sets the tone for our surroundings. When you're sad, your home feels dull. When you're angry, it tightens. When you lose hope, the light fades from the walls. This is why some homes feel heavy even when nothing seems wrong. Over time, that invisible weight builds up. Days become months, months become years, and we begin to believe our luck has turned or our fortune's blocked, when in truth, it's the home's breath that's grown shallow. Now, the second hidden state is even more dangerous, and when you hear it, you'll probably recognize yourself in it. Sometimes a home is full of conversation, but no one is truly listening. Words float around but never touch the heart. This, Ibn Arabi said, is what darkens a home's soul: unspoken resentment. You see, not every storm comes with shouting. Sometimes it's the quiet distance between people that drains the blessing. Small disappointments, unhealed misunderstandings, things we let go of on the surface but still hold inside. Ibn Arabi said, "Resentment clings to the walls. Every unspoken grudge thins the house's light." Ever noticed how sometimes when a certain person walks into a room, the air suddenly changes? No one says anything, yet everyone feels the weight. That's not coincidence, it's energy. The energy of what hasn't been forgiven. Between spouses, siblings, parents, children, silent hurts echo louder than words. They eat away at the home's flow until everyone wakes up tired and distant, unsure why. And the worst part? We rarely realize what's happening. We blame fate, work, or bad luck. But it's that hidden tension that keeps leaking energy away. When love turns into quiet bitterness, even prayers lose their wings. Ibn Arabi said, "Where two hearts are estranged, mercy descends lightly." That means blessings can't settle. Peace doesn't stay. So before we move to the third hidden state, pause for a moment. The true abundance of a home isn't measured by what's in the cupboards, but by what flows between hearts. And that brings us to the next unseen cause, the subtle habit that silently chokes the light of the house, taking things for granted. Sometimes we stop seeing the blessings right in front of us. Without realizing it, we start shrinking what we have and magnifying what's missing. That quiet habit of taking things for granted is what Ibn Arabi called the fastest way to lose Barakah, the divine flow of abundance. Think about it. Some homes have everything: bread on the table, clean water, a roof that doesn't leak, safety, warmth. Yet the people inside always speak of what's lacking. They don't see the is, only the isn't. And ungratefulness isn't just about words, it lives in the heart. When the heart forgets gratitude, the air in the home grows thin. Ibn Arabi said, "A house that forgets to breathe gratitude cannot hold its blessings." Such a house may look alive, but something inside is withering. The money comes, but never stays. Peace enters, but doesn't rest. Pause here for a moment. If this stirs something inside you, it's okay. Most people live in these first three hidden states without realizing it. But when the third completes its circle, the fourth one begins, and that one changes the entire atmosphere of a home. This next one, Ibn Arabi warned, keeps peace standing outside the door. It can see the house, but it cannot enter. It's the state of constant complaint. Everyone faces hardship. We all feel tired, burdened, or unheard sometimes. But when complaining becomes a habit, it doesn't just pull you down, it drags the whole home's energy with it. Ibn Arabi said, "Telling your pain is one thing, producing pain is another." If one person in the house always sees the dark side, soon everyone begins to feel heavy. It's like a fog you can't see, but can't escape either. Picture this. It's morning, the day has barely begun, and before breakfast, someone sighs, "Here we go again, nothing ever changes." You don't argue, but your body already feels tired. That's how strong the energy of complaint is. It lowers the vibration of the entire space. Ibn Arabi called it a hole that swallows blessing. You might pray, work hard, show patience. But if one person keeps feeding the house with negativity, all that good energy slips away unnoticed. Complaining isn't only spoken aloud, it's in the glance that only sees lack, the tone that carries disappointment, the mind that keeps comparing. If your eyes search for what's missing, you're already complaining. If you keep measuring your life against others, you're already draining your own peace. Stay in that state long enough, and even inspiration leaves. Risk, the divine provision, doesn't just mean money. It's the freshness in your mind, the spark in your heart, the warmth in your home. When complaint takes root, all of that starts to fade. And here's what most don't realize. Complaint is contagious. One voice spreads it to another, until the whole house breathes from the same heavy air. Ibn Arabi called it darkness carried on the tongue. But there's still one state more dangerous than this. It hides quietly, pretending to protect you, but it blinds you from truth. It's the fifth hidden state, the one that can erase peace in a single moment. Kutuzan, bad suspicion. It means assuming the worst about people's words and intentions. Always reading malice where there is none. Before someone even speaks, you decide what they must have meant. Ibn Arabi said, The shadow of suspicion covers the light of truth. In a home where this exists, every silence becomes a misunderstanding, every sentence a weapon, every look a wound, because suspicion locks the heart from the inside, and where the heart is closed, blessing cannot enter. Barakah only descends upon goodwill. Ever heard someone say, "I didn't mean it that way, but it's already too late"? That's how suspicion works. It decides before truth arrives. Ibn Arabi called it the invisible wall that grows between people. It separates hearts, weakens trust, and slowly pulls everyone apart. When suspicion lives inside a home, even prayers rise heavy. Because a prayer only carries power when it comes from a heart that's clean. So, stop for a second and ask yourself, do any of these states live in your house, or maybe inside you? This isn't about guilt, it's about awareness, because only what's seen can be healed. But there's another state ahead, one that Ibn Arabi said silently eats away at both peace and provision. It's the sixth hidden state, comparison. It sounds harmless, everyone does it. But deep inside, comparison is a quiet poison. It drains joy, weakens gratitude, and drives blessings away. You've probably heard these small sentences before. Look at their house, everything's perfect. Her husband is so kind. Their kids are so successful. We're stuck. Little comments like these seem small, but they carry enormous weight. Ibn Arabi said, "The one who keeps comparing stops seeing his own share, and the one who cannot see his share cannot call abundance." Comparison makes what you have look small, and what looks small can't hold barakah. In such homes, contentment slowly fades. No one feels enough. No one fully relaxes into what they have. When comparison grows, gratitude dies. And when gratitude dies, blessing turns away. If someone in a home keeps comparing, others soon feel inadequate. Comparison doesn't just hurt pride, it eats confidence, strangles warmth, and leaves behind quiet tension. Ibn Arabi described it as a shadow that tightens the heart. But there's a state even heavier than this one, the seventh hidden state, the one that burns from the inside out. It's envy. Envy isn't simply wanting what another has. It's wishing they didn't have it. And that tiny wish carries fire. Ibn Arabi said, "The envious looks not at another's light, but into his own darkness." The harm doesn't reach the other person. It circles back to you. The fire you send out first burns your own home. Envy doesn't just lower blessings, it erases them. In an envious home, work slows, money dries up, joy fades. People stop laughing. Even the food loses its taste. The tea grows cold before it's finished. Everything feels heavy. And Ibn Arabi warned, envy isn't always about strangers. Sometimes it hides inside the family. A brother's success, a sister's peace, a friend's happiness, even a child's joy. If the heart can't celebrate them, envy begins. He said, "The envious builds his own walls, blocking the windows through which light and mercy would enter." That's why so many people say, "There's a strange heaviness in our home, but we can't explain it." The reason is often this: envy has settled quietly, unspoken but present, in glances, in silence, in tone. And as it grows, it drains the soul of the home. But the story doesn't end here. There's an eighth hidden state, deeper, quieter, and far more dangerous. Ibn Arabi called it the state that seals the gate of divine flow within the soul itself. Even the smallest grudges can grow heavy if they stay too long in the heart. Sometimes you tell yourself, "It's fine, I'll let it go." You stay quiet, you act calm, but inside, a tiny pebble drops. Over time, that pebble becomes a stone, and the stone becomes a wall. No one else sees it, yet its weight changes the air in your home. Conversations lose warmth. Smiles lose depth. The light feels dim. Ibn Arabi said, "Those who do not release what hurt them narrow the path of their sustenance." Because when the heart stays closed, its energy tightens. It can no longer receive purely. A glance turns cold. A word feels heavier than it should. Even laughter becomes forced. Everything looks fine, but you can sense something isn't breathing right. That's the hidden heaviness of accumulated hurt. In such a house, love fades quietly. Joy becomes rare. People stop truly listening. Conversations skim the surface, and no one feels fully seen. Ibn Arabi said, "A heart that tightens destiny with it." That's why hidden hurt doesn't stay between two people. It spreads through the entire space, covering blessings and choking the flow of peace. Now we come to the ninth hidden state, one of the most overlooked yet powerful of all. Ibn Arabi called it the state of neglecting one's duty. He didn't mean household chores. He meant neglecting the divine responsibility placed within your being, ignoring your gifts, your purpose, your inner call. Every person carries a trust, a talent, a voice, a light meant to serve something greater. When someone refuses to use it, the house feels it. Energy stops moving. The atmosphere grows still. Because a home's blessing flows with the sincerity of its people's intentions. Ibn Arabi warned, "Neglect is not the enemy of abundance. It is its killer." When someone stops carrying their inner duty, they drag not only themselves, but everyone's spirit down with them. That's when you start hearing people say, "No matter what we do, nothing moves, everything feels stuck." Most of the time, it's because someone inside has stopped showing up for their own soul, and that silence blocks the entire current of harmony. Now we reach the 10th and final hidden state, the one Ibn Arabi spoke about most fiercely. It closes every gate of blessing if left unseen. He called it the state of deep ingratitude. But this isn't just about saying thank you. It's about losing the ability to feel the sacredness of what you already have. Ungratefulness, Ibn Arabi said, is when you drown in what's missing and forget to breathe what's present. There's food on the table, but complaint on the tongue. There's health in the body, but dissatisfaction in the mind. There's love in the house, but the eyes keep searching for flaws. And when that happens, the home's light fades quietly. The air grows heavy, voices sharpen, warmth turns cold. You don't notice when it happens, but slowly Barakah flies away like a bird that no longer feels safe. Ibn Arabi said, "The ungrateful cuts their own portion with their tongue. When one keeps saying there is nothing, the gates of there is begin to close." But here lies a secret, the one I promised at the beginning. Even if all 10 hidden states live in a home, there's still one thing that can turn everything around. Ibn Arabi said one simple thing can wash them all away: the intention to purify the heart. Notice he didn't say a pure heart or a perfect person, not even goodness itself, just intention. Because the moment a person sincerely decides to change, even before the first step, the air around them shifts. Intention, he said, is the compass of the soul. When the soul's direction changes, so does everything that follows. Your destiny, your provision, your home's breath, even your family's path. So if you've been saying, "My luck has run out, my home feels heavy, my peace is gone," the first step isn't some grand ritual. It's not 40 days of prayer, not great acts of worship. The first step is as small as this: I want to cleanse what's inside me. That one whisper is enough to invite light back in. Because the moment your heart turns toward truth, everything in your life begins to turn with it. And if you've recognized even one of these 10 states in yourself, don't see it as failure. See it as mercy. It means you've been shown what to heal. Awareness is already half of transformation. Now, before this video ends, look to the corner of your screen. There's a video there where Ibn Arabi reveals 5 secret dikkers, a remembrance that changes a home's energy overnight. Remember, the instant you make the intention, blessing has already begun its return. May your home feel light again. May your heart breathe freely. May your path stay open.